Welcome to the Lake Country Trail. Good morning, everybody. I am coming to you this morning from the city of Delafield, Wisconsin. It is at this location that we are going to ride the Lake Country Trail. We parked here at the Fish Hatchery Sports Complex in Delafield, more or less a middle point on the trail. I do not see any maps at this location, but I'll show you guys AllTrails in a second. From right here, they have a parking lot which was listed as public by TrailLink, and they do have porta potties behind the little fencing here. They have garbage cans. They do have a sheltered picnic area and a playground over that way. Looking at AllTrails here, so the trail itself is about in the realm of 15 miles. So what we're going to end up doing today is a 30-mile or so round trip. So we're right here at the blue dot in Delafield. The trail continues all the way towards the west here, and then it goes a little north to Oconomowoc, which is this area in here. And on the east side, it'll take you here to Pewaukee, which is the town that's right in this general area, right by I-94 over here.
It's shout-out time.
This trail here has been on my list for the past couple of years as a trail I eventually wanted to get to. It was recently brought back into my memory by a couple of subscribers, Nick and Christine. They were interested in me riding this trail so I can get a video on it, and they think I'll really enjoy it. So we're definitely looking forward to checking out this trail. So shout out to Nick and Christine. I did find some places that we're gonna check out. I think we're gonna check out like 5 or 6 places along the way here. Just somewhere to stop, take a break, possibly get a beer. Over in the Oconomowoc area, we have the place that Nick and Christine recommended, that Whelan's Coffee and Ice Cream, so we're definitely gonna check that out. So what we're gonna end up doing today is making our way towards Oconomowoc, following the trail here. Looks like we got a couple stops, couple up here, and then we'll turn around, basically shoot right past the car here, and then make our way to the Pewaukee end, and then reverse course and make our way back to the car. Looks like our first stop is gonna be pretty close to where we're at right now, called Stolley's Hogg Alley, assuming that they're open. It also looks like majority of this is on a separate dedicated trail, but there is a little section here where you're just riding on a side street, so hopefully that won't be any big issue here. This is an area of Wisconsin I've never checked out before. I mean, we've been on the Glacial Drumlin Trail, which kind of goes across this way here, so we've been to Wales before. We've been to Waukesha before, and then, you know, Brookfield, New Berlin, everything, basically West Allis all the way to Milwaukee. Looking west here, we've made our way to Lake Mills before in Cottage Grove. That's the western end of the Glacial Drumlin Trail. Definitely worth checking out. And then once you're there, you're really close to Madison, and they have a really big trail system. We haven't actually been to the Madison area for years. I really want to get back there because there's definitely some trails that we'd like to revisit, and some trails we've never been on before. So if we're ever able to actually make our way back there for another ride or a ride weekend, we're definitely going to do that. The Lake Country Trail was not the original plan for today. We actually decided to come here yesterday. Originally on the 10-day outlook, it looked like the Saturday was going to be pretty good weather-wise, but that changed, unfortunately, because our goal was to make our way up into the Wisconsin Dells area, spend the night, and do the Elroy Sparta Trail, which is pretty high on my list, and every time that we try to do that trail, weather seems to not cooperate, so eventually we'll get up there. All right, so let's check out the Lake Country Trail.
The Lake Country Trail is a 15-mile trail located on the former Milwaukee Watertown Interurban Railway. It runs east-west through the middle of Waukesha County through rolling terrain with scenic views of the Mid-Kettle Moraine area.
We've come across the Cushing Park Bike Trail, also known as the Cushing Park Road Recreational Trail. If you were to turn left here and ride 2.93 miles, you will hit the intersection of the Glacial Drumlin State Trail. So this trail connector will put you on the Glacial Drumlin State Trail basically between Waterville and Wales. The Glacial Drumlin State Trail stretches 52 miles from Cottage Grove to Waukesha. If you're interested in checking out the Glacial Drumlin State Trail, we have ridden it in its entirety. We divided it up into 3 separate rides.
All right, so we came across a sign here that says the bike lane ends. Obviously, they're talking about the trail, should say bike trail temporarily ends. So it looks like this is the section where it actually, between here and this yellow dot here, we're gonna have to ride on the side of the street. It looks like before we make it to the other side, there is one of the stops here. So that's that Stolley's Hogg Alley. So let's check it out.
Did you know that Delafield, Wisconsin was established in 1837 and named after Dr. Charles Delafield of Milwaukee? Delafield offers unique quaintness nestled in the hills of the Kettle Moraine. It's just 30 minutes west of Milwaukee and adjacent to I-94.
So that does it for Stolley's Hogg Alley. The bartender was really nice. They do have indoor seating and outdoor seating. They also have outdoor seating up here, which is pretty cool. So at this point, we are going to start making our way, continuing towards Oconomowoc on the trail here and see what we could see next.
You're watching Cynical Zombie. Join us as we explore bike trails all over Illinois, Wisconsin, and beyond.
So not too far from our last stop, we hit a trailhead in the middle of the trail here. There is a bunch of parking spots not in use. They do have like a little sheltered picnic area and restrooms, so that's very cool. Though it looks like we're right by I-94 here, a little noisier. All right, so according to AllTrails here, we have reached the end of the trail on the western end, the northwestern end, I guess. As you saw, we stopped in Roosevelt Park for a quick moment to change out batteries on the GoPros and stuff. This park is really nice. They got a splash pad, they got a nice, really elaborate playground area. They have multiple sheltered picnic areas. They got a beach volleyball set up over here. They have a skate park over there. Very, very cool park here, this Roosevelt Park. So at this point, there are two things I want to check out before we get back on the trail. One of them is this Maxim's at Oconomowoc Depot. I guess that's like a train-themed restaurant. And then there's Whelan's Coffee and Ice Cream. We're going to check that out. And then we're going to make our way right back here and then down the trail this way, basically past the car, and start making our way to the other side of this trail. I'll tell you, I think this trail is really nice. It's paved, it's wide, it's pretty smooth in most spots. It takes you by multiple places that are worthy of stopping at. Nice parks. And I gotta say, I've been on a lot of trails at this point, and this one, the signage on this one is really top tier. They have signage all over the place. They let you know what the name of the street is that you're crossing. As you saw over here, there's multiple spots where you could grab the visitor's guide for Oconomowoc. Very cool. So yeah, this trail is a really high quality trail. Very nice. If I lived around here, I'd be riding it all the time.
One of the best ways to explore Oconomowoc, whether you are a local or on vacation, is by bike. Check out the Oconomowoc bike map for trails that explore the community. Each spoke leads to downtown, taking you past even more things to do.
All right, so in Oconomowoc here, we're gonna check out this Maxim's. It's like I guess a train-themed restaurant here. They don't have any bike racks and they do not currently have any outdoor seating. So what we're gonna do, there weren't a whole heck of a lot of options to lock up the bikes. And you know, I'm not a big fan of locking them up if I can't see them. So we just found a good spot right over here on the back, on the track side over here. So we have them locked up with a couple different locks and connected to the steel here, so on this side. So let's check out the inside. All right, so we're done with Maxim's. Stopped here, had a couple drinks and a couple appetizers. I gotta say, everything was scrumptious here. It exceeded my expectations. The food was really good. Right next to Maxim's, they have this train car here. It looks like it is some sort of restaurant. You can see a bunch of plates. Not exactly sure what this is. So our next stop is Whelan Coffee and Ice Cream. I'm not exactly sure why it shows that there's a trail that gets us between here and there. So I'm not exactly sure how to get there. It's got to be down this way somewhere. So I'll see if I can find a trail and connect. And if so, it comes right out at the ice cream place. So let's check it out. Wow, so I don't know that I've actually ever been in Oconomowoc before. And even if I had no idea that there was some sort of Wizard of Oz connection. So it looks like I should follow the yellow brick road.
Follow the yellow brick road.
Follow the yellow brick road.
Follow the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road.
I have no idea where the yellow brick road is going to take us. There's Glinda, the good witch. That begs the question, is there a wicked witch? Nice. Very cool. If you're in Oconomowoc, definitely check this out. Very cool.
I'll get you, my pretty, and your little dog, too.
As always, when given an opportunity, let's take a moment to recognize Old Glory, waving in the breeze, as she should. All right, so we made it to the east side here in Pewaukee, Wisconsin. This is the Eastern Trailhead here. They do have a parking lot here. They have bike tools, bike pump, garbage cans. They have a bike rack to lock up your bikes. They also have this building here, which doesn't have much inside, but it does have a couple of things worthwhile. As you could see, pretty empty on this side, but we do have restrooms here. And they do have a drinking fountain here with a bottle filler. So that's cool. It's interesting that they have so much room and it's not filled with anything. So at this point, we've ridden the entire trail. We do have to make our way back to Delafield. But we have ridden the entire trail thus far. This side from Delafield east is way hillier. Keep that in mind. There were some big hills. There was hills where I was gripping on the brakes for a while. And when I didn't get on the brakes, I was able to hit 30 miles an hour easily. So just keep in mind, some of those hills were pretty big. Make sure your brakes are good. So where this trail is really good with signage, it's really bad with maps. I didn't see a single map. They should definitely add some maps just to show people where they are. You get an idea how far you are away to other locations. But this trail is definitely worth checking out. At this point, we're gonna start making our way back to Delafield. You may have noticed we did not go to the Water Street Brewery, which I've marked on the map here. You could see the trails right here. I had thought that we'd be able to get right from the trail through this little path here and then just make our way behind the shopping center over to the brewery. But there is it's all gated off and locked off. So we do not have access to this section here like I thought we would. So we're gonna skip the brewery for today. But other than that, we're gonna start making our way back west towards Delafield. There is an event going on because there was another location we wanted to check out, Revere's Weld Street Tavern. There were a lot of people there. They have streets closed off. There's something going on, some sort of event. So we might not be able to do it depending on how many people are there, how long the wait is, where we'd be able to put the bikes, that kind of stuff. So we'll definitely try to check that out the next time we're here, but that's where we're headed. So we're gonna see if we're able to go in there and get a drink. Otherwise, we're headed west. Hello. He keeps walking closer.
Here. Oh.
Oh, that was it.
That's it.
So FYI, most of those hills that we just went through were between mile marker 4 and 5. There are still some hills ahead here, but that big one is between mile marker 4 and 5. So we're right at this spot where I thought we'd have trail access to just kind of cut through and get over there. That's definitely not the case here. Based on the golf carts I see, this may be golf course property because over this way is a golf course. So, but it's definitely locked up and we're not able to get through, to cut through to get to that brewery. So we're just going to continue westward.
And that does it for the Lake Country Trail. It is definitely a trail worth checking out. In fact, there are a lot of trails in this area worth checking out. And there's a bunch I still haven't even ridden yet. The next time we ride this trail, we're definitely going to try to check out the Water Street Brewery and Revere's Wells Street Tavern. Let me know if there's any other places I should add to this list. Also, if you have any suggestions on places I should check out the next time we're in Oconomowoc, let me know. Let me know what you think of the trail in the comments below. If you are familiar with this area and you know of somewhere we should check out the next time we're here, definitely let me know. As always, if you enjoy this content, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. It definitely helps the channel grow. If you're interested in supporting this channel and helping us get to more trails, please consider a super thanks. And that's all I got today from the Lake Country Trail. I'll catch you on the next ride. Do you have a trail recommendation for me? Let me know in the comments below.